Back again to post another video. This time it's going to be around fear. Fear in sports, fear in other areas of life. What is fear? Fear is a feeling. It comes from the perception and the way that you view a certain situation. And what does that come from? As we've already discussed, it comes from mindset. It comes from the way that you're viewing certain situations, the belief that you have around certain areas of your life. So, um, as we've said, in a fixed mindset, you believe that your talents, your abilities are set in stone, that they are static. So, when you approach a situation that might question your talents and your abilities because you believe that they're fixed, that's going to bring fear. That's that fear of losing that confidence that you now have. You want to be protective of that confidence, and that situation is threatening. So it's with that you're going to associate fear. You might have sweaty palms. You'll have those physiological symptoms of fear, being very nervous, maybe having butterflies in your stomach. These are all um, natural symptoms of the flight and fight response that we all have built in us, which is a result of having increased adrenaline. But that comes from the way that you view a certain situation. In a growth mindset, you approach these challenges with that adrenaline's still going to be there because you want to do well, and you might be slightly nervous, but you also know that it's not going to define you. You know that if you aren't successful, that you can try again, that you can learn how to be successful. Um, so as a result, you're less likely to have as much fear as people with a fixed mindset. Um, and people with a fixed mindset, they may have fixed mindset in some areas, maybe have growth mindset in others. Um, so how would this fixed mindset, um, how would that change what we're doing, what behaviours we're showing, what actions we have? It's going to um, determine our decisions a lot of the time. Um, if you're in this fixed mindset where you believe that you are defined by your previous failures, then you will do everything you can do to avoid them failures again. So in a sports setting, that might be um, not wanting to take on the challenge of being a captain, or taking a penalty, um, or moving to a new team. And it's this fear is it's people normally with have got they're very protective of their confidence. They might shy away from these opportunities. They might let the fear overcome their decision. They might let the fear consume them. On the other side, you might have fixed mindset people that have got very low confidence that do take on these challenges, but it's a way of confirming that um, they're not that they're no good, that they're failures. Um, so taking on that challenge is obviously a good thing to do, but if you're not going to believe that it's going to ultimately be successful, then there's no point in taking it in the first place. Um, how can we take that from a sports setting? Some of the things that I've mentioned can also be transferred into other areas of life. So it might be not taking a really exciting job opportunity um, because you're scared that it's not going to work out. That if it goes wrong, that that's going to reflect badly on you, and your confidence is going to be knocked as a consequence. Um, might be shying away from a new relationship because you have associated um, about past relationships with that current relationship and believe that it's going to go wrong. Um, Often people with a low confidence, um, because they're not used to success, they don't know what it feels like to be successful. That they don't actually, they're scared of success. They're scared of those feelings. They don't know whether they'd be able to deal with those feelings because they've never felt them before. So if this applies to you, if you're hearing these messages, and you're thinking, oh, I've been like that, because I've had a fixed mindset, probably up until very recently, or um, the masters in sports psychology that I've just completed has completely changed my mindset. I now have the belief that whatever I want to do, if I put in enough effort, I can find a way of being successful. Um, and having that belief, then it's come from uh, achieving my masters, from doing really well in that, which was something very challenging, that I didn't wasn't completely sure if I was going to be able to manage or not, and I did, by putting in lots and lots of effort. Um, and having that feeling of success can be really affirming and empowering. So I just want to say to those people that maybe aren't used to being successful, or maybe they are used to being successful but are afraid of failing. Fear isn't a real thing, it's something that's there to protect you. Sometimes it is there to seriously protect you, so it might be standing on the top of a really high building. That fear that you have there is actually there to serve you, because if you fall down, then you're going to die. It's a physical threat to you. Whereas something like taking a new job opportunity or starting a new relationship isn't actually something that can hurt you. The only thing that's going to be hurt is your confidence. And if you're in a growth mindset, you'd believe that I need to take this opportunity to get to learn and develop and to get better. And if it goes wrong, then I'll find a way of putting the situation right and rebuilding myself. Um, so it's that, having that awareness that when you're feeling fear, is it there to is it there to serve me? Is it there to help me to improve and to get better, or is it holding me back? Um, and then take steps to reduce that fear by continuously putting yourself in that situation until it no longer scares you. Public speaking is something that I've always been very nervous about. I used to do presentations when I was at university and undergraduate, and I'd be really, really nervous, start to trip up over my words. Um, but I've slowly started to become more confident when I'm speaking to people. I know that that's something that I need to be able to do in order to